All right. Hello, hello. For those of you that are joining me here live, but also for those of you that are grabbing this on the replay, my name is Faith Hunter, and welcome to another Spiritually Fly monthly check in. Today's Spiritually Fly check in is really all about inner peace as resistance. And cultivating stillness in a chaotic world. So, for those of you that may or may not know me, because I will, of course, at some point upload this onto other channels, I am an author, a guide, and I am the creator of Spiritually Fly, which is definitely a lifestyle, but it is also the name of my app, which is your personal guide and companion to your own healing and transformation journey. And today is really just an opportunity for us to just tap in. I always like to have a theme for the month. And so I do these special check ins for all of the people that are current members, that have been members of the Spiritually Fly app, or are definitely those loyal members of just the overall Spiritually Fly community over the years. So, welcome back. Welcome to our special monthly gathering. And this is definitely a space to reconnect, to realign, and to deepen your commitment to personal growth and self care. So, once again, I'll share that every single month we gather as a community. Some people catch it live, some people catch the replay, but it's an opportunity for us to explore a theme that supports your evolution. And it is also this opportunity to breathe, to pause, to experience just a moment of stillness, to reconnect to yourself. And of course, as I always like to say, as I was talking to Karen before, that this is an opportunity for us to really reflect. So make sure that you grab a pen and paper. Love when people say, "Hey, I have arrived." So definitely grab a pen and paper. If you want to grab a cup of tea, I have my tea right here. I have a bottle of water. We will be online for probably about 20 to 30 minutes. And I just want you to first take a deep breath. Yeah, just take a deep inhale. Exhale, empty out. Let's do two more like that. Deep breath in, exhale, and one more. Deep breath in and exhale. So you can keep your eyes opened or closed. I just want you to kind of know that as we move into this evening's practice, one, this is a new moon. So happy new moon in Pisces. It's a watery one and I'm loving it. It is also a great one because of the water and fluidity. It's this perfect opportunity for us to set some powerful intentions. And I have a whole video and I have a whole a whole blog that talks about this new moon. So definitely I'll add this in the link. So go over there and check that out. But I'm going to provide some prompts in this session as well. So you can also merge in a little intention setting into that. But the goal here for this evening is for us to really explore what inner peace means and how to cultivate it in your daily life. We'll do a breathwork practice, of course, to help reset the nervous system. We'll do a moment of stillness so that we can just find that inner refuge. And as I shared in the beginning, some prompts. Never show up to a spiritually fly moment or event without a pen and paper because we're going to dive deep. So let's go on and center ourselves, and just a moment of catching into the heart space. So I want you to place one hand over the center of your chest and the other hand over the center of your heart. And just come back to that breath. And you can keep your eyes open or closed with this particular breath. But as we do this quick little check in, I want you to notice where your shoulders are. Are they creeping up towards your ears? And just breathing lightly in and out of your nose. Are the muscles around your jaw tense, right? So are you clenching your jaw muscles? Is your tongue relaxed? And then I'm going to encourage you to, of course, tap into this energy without judgment. Just allow yourself to notice, be present, and observe. Invite a sense of ease into this moment. Release any weight, the weight of the world, the weight of your demands. Let it go from your physical body. And in that thought, like even inviting some of that watery Pisces new moon energy to move through you, kind of wash away any of that heaviness. And then, of course, allow yourself to fully and completely arrive. And if you do have any intentions that you want to set, or there's one specific on your mind for this moment today, or just kind of overall, go on and set that intention and kind of seal it into your heart. All right, take another deep breath in. This time I want you to hold and retain the breath. And then exhale slowly. Release your hands. Feel free to open your eyes, shake it out if you need to. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about kind of our theme and the chaos around us, right? This is really, as we all know, just a really intense moment in time. And there's a lot of tension. There is a lot of uncertainty. There is this deep, unsettling energy that we are all collectively experiencing, especially here in the United States. But if you're in other parts of the world, I'm sure you're feeling us too. Right. This is definitely something we're all experiencing and we're moving through. The landscape is heavy. It feels like every moment, right? I don't know if about you, but every moment I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, I need to be prepared. I need to brace myself, right? So brace myself for the crisis, right? The potential crisis, right? The next injustice, the next moment where we are asked to fight for what is really already ours, right? Meaning feeling that sense of state safety, feeling that sense of freedom, feeling respect, right? That is inherently our birthright. But to be really honest, some of these days for me have absolutely been extremely exhausting. There's so much weight of pressure that has been on my chest, right? And I have had to make a very conscious effort every single day to be still, get in my meditation, not just in the morning, but also doing that at night, because the cycles of uncertainty, fear, discomfort can be extremely challenging, where we all are sitting right now. So here's what I want, or I've definitely, I should say, I've realized this is the most important moment for us to cultivate a little bit more inner peace. Um, we must anchor ourselves in something that is deeper, be that the people around us, our family, our friends, the people that we care about and love, our community. And we must intentionally cultivate stillness as an act of defiance, meaning that inner stillness, right? So even if we are externally moving in action, we still have to be steady and still internally, right, in our heart. When systems are, especially in those moments, I should say, when systems are designed to break us individually apart and separate us collectively, we must nurture our wholeness even more fiercely. So, my goal today is not just for us to sit in stillness for ourselves. I really want us to do this for the generations um, that came before us, the generations that are coming after us. Because when I think about my previous ancestors, right, they did not have the privilege and the opportunity to be pause and to pause and be still. And then I think about my younger generations, right? I think about my younger cousins, my nieces and nephews, right, that are much younger than me. They are in a whole different world than I grew up in, and it's like their rights are being taken away, um, or the rights that they thought that they were going to have been taken away. So today, the goal is to sit, be still, breathe, and be intentional for them. We're going to do this by really allowing ourselves to breathe fully into our bodies and allow our minds to move into a state of softness and remind ourselves that no system, no government.
It's 7:15.
Oh, it
I
is.
don't.
That's all right. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter that the systems that exist, the governments that exist, the forces that are outside of us can dictate what our inner state is. So it is so important to breathe into that, to reclaim our peace in that. So, what breath work we're going to do? We're going to do a 4-8-7 breathing technique to kind of set the tone for our moment of stillness and our journaling. So sit up definitely tall, relax the shoulders. If you feel any tension, feel free to move those shoulders around. And you're basically going to inhale for 4 counts. You are going to hold and retain the breath for 7 counts. And then you are going to exhale for 8 counts. So, first, let's take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale slowly out of the nose. It's 4, 7, 8. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. And you have the option on that exhale to either exhale out of the nose or exhale out of the mouth. All right. So here we go. Deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Last one. Inhale, hold, exhale. Now continue to allow the breath to flow naturally in and out of your nose. And you can keep your eyes opened or closed, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And I just want you to allow yourself to simply be. No fixing, no adjusting, no forcing, no needing to do anything other than be present in this moment. And as you allow yourselves to be still, I want you to notice the rhythm of your own breath. Also, I want you to feel the spaciousness you've created within you. And allow yourself to feel that stillness that reminds you of peace, inner calm, groundedness, and steadiness. Just going to take 1 minute in silence and just simply be. And then start to find any organic movement that feels right for you. And I'm going to encourage you as you blink the eyes open to go on and reach over and grab your pen and paper. We have three journal prompts, but before I give those three that are centered around our theme for today, I do want you to just write down your intention that you may have for the new moon, if you have one, or maybe it's just your intention for the month. So, as I share, we always do like speed journaling, so have about a minute to do that. And for our journaling session, I'm going to turn on a little music as well. All right, let's move into our dedicated journal prompts for this session. The first one is, what currently disrupts your peace, and how can you begin to reclaim it? What currently disrupts your peace, and how can you begin to reclaim it? And you have 1 minute. All right. Let's move on to our second prompt. This is, where in your life do you need to soften, surrender, or release control? Where in your life do you need to soften, surrender, or release control? Okay. And then the final prompt is, what daily practices can you commit to that will nurture your sense of inner calm? What daily practices, maybe one, maybe a few, that you can commit to nurture your sense of inner calm? All right. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hold and retain the breath. Exhale slowly. And before we close, I just want to check in and see if anyone has any questions, thoughts, anything you want to share. Feel free to just unmute yourself and come on in.
Thank you. This session was very calming.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Is it just the three of us, or is this a?
Yeah, so typically what happens is that people tap in and I just record them. Sometimes I was telling Karen before we came on, it's usually a few people and
Oh,
then,
no, no worries. I didn't want to say my last question before. So the last prompt that you gave, I wrote, I don't know.
yeah. So let me ask you this. What brings you calm? Because that always helps. Like what makes you feel calm?
Taking walks.
Okay.
I always feel calm when I'm walking.
Yeah. So do you think that you have the capacity to at least incorporate that into your daily activity?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So that would be one of them. That would be one of them. So I always tell people to start from that place of what feels good for them because the daily practices may not all be the same, right? That brings you inner peace and calm, right? It could be like, it may be dancing or it may be, playing with your dog. Like it doesn't have to be what we would consider like a traditional mindfulness practice. And so think about what feels right, feels good, that brings you that sense of peace and inner calm. And then that's the thing that will be easier for you to commit to because it's something that's already part of probably somewhat of a habit anyway. Or
It is, yeah. I love walking.
yeah,
I,
yeah. So I would
I,
just, I
I
would
don't have a car, so it's a habit by nature. So,
yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I don't have a car, so it's like walk, and I'm like, I always
yeah,
feel
walking. Yeah, but I do feel my calmest when I'm just walking in DC. Like I just enjoy just walking. No
nice.
music, just walking around.
No
So
music, just walking. Yeah. So see if you can do that, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, at a random time, right? So not like you're going somewhere, like doing it when It's just allowing you to be outside and walk for your own sense
Yeah.
of steadiness. Yeah.
And you two have the same birthday.
September 4th.
Yeah.
Faith, your birthday is September 4th.
Oh no, I'm September 10th, but it's same month.
Oh.
We're both Virgos. So we're both Virgos. I didn't realize that was your daughter.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my ISS.
I wasn't reading the last name, so as yeah, it just like
Oh,
passed me by.
okay, mine is there. No.
I thought you were. I know you were close. Okay. Yes. I
Yes.
invited her. She needed to be here tonight, and I
Oh,
invite a friend.
oh
Thank you for
yeah,
having me. That's the
absolutely.
first answer is thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So to answer one of your other questions, I do these every month. So just to kind of explain, I have an app, and I have there's tons and tons of content inside the app, but I always find that it's nice for people that may or may not have the app to still have a little connection. And then it's also an opportunity for me to let people know kind of what our themes may be inside of the app and inside of
Right,
like the
and I'll give
online
that
community.
information to my mom. I was
Yeah.
in Ethiopia for 7 years. I'm born and raised in DC, but now I've been back for about 3 years now. So this
Yeah.
I just was broke up with my boyfriend of a while. So this is exactly what I needed, and I
This is
appreciate
exactly what you needed. Yes.
it.
And I'm going to tell you, it's so funny that not funny that you say that, but it is kind of like, it's interesting because one of the workshops inside, actually the very first workshop that I always encourage and direct people to before they jump into all of the things that I have inside the app is a workshop called Lead with Love. And it is all about reconnecting to yourself, learning how to practice more radical self love. And there are all these practices of really looking at what love looks like and feels like for you and use it as a tool to completely reset.
Yeah, and I'm looking, Mom, this is perfect. Thank you.
Oh,
We broke up like a few days ago, and then we had like our in-person chat that he demanded, and I was just a bit like confused a little bit, but this is so much better. This is exactly what I needed.
exactly what you needed. That's
And the breath work, absolutely perfect, Miss Faith. So thank you.
my pleasure. My
I really
pleasure.
appreciate it,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. Yeah, and you know what? In those moments when you're feeling anxious, go back to that breath work. It's easy to remember 478.
Of course, actually, no, it's not easy to remember. Write it down.
Write it down. Write
How
it down.
many rounds should we do though, Faith? How many rounds is good?
I usually suggest we did it tonight, I think for about a minute or two, maybe about 2 minutes. So anywhere from like 2 to 5 minutes is totally fine. And it's one of those breath works that's also very calming and soothing for the nervous system. So you can do it before you go to bed at night.
The first one, I was like uneasy with. The second one absolutely chilled me out. Like I feel somewhat reset, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's some good breath work.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you, Mama. And also, Karen, gotta tell you, you did her birthday party a long, long time ago. I was there. I still got my little faith mat with the little triangles
Oh
on it.
my
Yeah,
God. How old were you then?
I'm 38 now, so I don't know. I was a child.
I
I
know it
don't know.
was a long time ago. I know it was
It
a
was
long
about,
time ago.
but
You need to
it
do the
was
math. I'll be 72 next month, and it was my 56th birthday. So do the math. Y'all do the math.
But I remember you from there. I've also seen you on The Real Housewives of Potomac doing yoga stuff. And I know you have your studio. We've been to your studio a few
Yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've
Really
known your
enjoying it.
mom for
Also,
like
I've
20
seen you
years.
around DC.
I feel
I've been
like.
a kid. You are extraordinary. So
Oh,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much for allowing me to be a part of this. I
No, of
really,
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And keep the link that your mom sent you because again, we do these every month. And yeah, so that you can pop on or you can always just find the replays on YouTube. But it's always nice to do it in person, especially tonight, right?
I
Karen,
love
did
it.
did we hit the moment of like I think
The new
oh
moon? Not
Red
yet.
pen,
we have like
mom, red
7:45.
pen.
yep, yeah, I was like we have a couple of more minutes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
7:45. Yes, almost.
7:45. I was like we have about 15 more minutes. So cool.
Do you actually do your intentions, Faith, though? Because this is my mama's red pen day. Do you write
Ah,
that down?
I'm all about my intentions.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's my jam. Like
Like,
seriously.
do you actually see these things happen? Be honest. It's just,
Yes, they work.
Yes.
I'm just asking. I've already
Yes.
for real 3 times.
I have set my intentions and I have manifested so many things. But there's an interesting, okay, this is going way deep, but I love when people like ask questions like this because then we can talk about other things. Um, One thing about manifestation is that with manifestation, it's more than just setting our intentions. We have to really feel them, but we also have to look at what we have been programmed to believe.
Mm.
So if you like, and this goes way back to like childhood and like what we've experienced, like from our parents, from people that we were in school with, like from stuff that we moved through, like our friends and family, also things that we've seen on the media, right? Because we as children we're like absorbing all this information. Okay, this is a really like nerdy science moment, but from the ages of 0 to 11, our brains are still developing. That's also those moments when we are really absorbing and we're experiencing all like the imprints of what we will be in our 20s, 30s, and 40s. So if we have experienced different things that can negatively or that have we're saying okay these things are negatively impacting me, I'm trying to shift my mindset, we have to look back in our childhood to see what happened that gave us that belief. So the work
That's
that
real. Mm,
what's that?
that's real. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so it's like for me, right, I think about it, I have to look back at, you know, experiences and moments in childhood where I may have felt shame, may have felt guilt, may have felt like I didn't receive enough. And then, oh my God, how is that impacting my behavior now? Because that may be impacting my behavior now, that's going to impact my choices, my decisions, my beliefs. And then, of course, if I'm out there doing all my affirmations and setting all my intentions, like, oh my God, this stuff never works. Well, it's not working because we haven't done the deep dive work. We haven't actually taken a moment to sit back, reflect, and examine what is going on internally. From that place, once we do that examination, give it a name, like say what it is, write it down, and then start to reprogram our mind with new impressions, then we have the opportunity to shift. And keep in mind, it's not like it's a one time thing, right? It is like continuous. So even if you have love issues, money issues, like whatever the things you're trying to manifest, right? And you want to be a little more creative, we may inch forward a little bit, but sometimes those old habits will creep back in and take us back. So it's like this continuing, like this conscious, continuous effort to maintain, and that's what the mindfulness practices do. They set a foundation for us, but then they also will aid us in maintaining those positive impressions that we've put in. So looking at what we've experienced, how that has impacted or is currently impacting our current life, do the mind shift and reset through intentions, right? Like, meaning I'm intentionally going to get up and express gratitude. I am intentionally going to make positive life choices that are going to give me a different outcome because you can't manifest, you can't set these intentions without having action. Here's another quick example. If you are desiring a career and you're like, oh my God, I want to shift careers, and you're just like, I really want this particular job. And the opportunities start to flow in because you've put it out there into the universe and the opportunities start to flow in. And then you're like, well, that's not the right job. That's not the one I had written down. Well, maybe it's a stepping stone to get the next one.
So I'm changing careers to boys, but that's good advice for Nada.
Yeah.
I love her. But yeah,
Her
yeah.
brother.
Well, if
Now
you want to talk about boys,
you-
I'll give you an example about boys. And you know what? I'll use my own self. I mean, Karen has known me for a long time. Okay. Your mom has known me for a long time. So she's seen me with some
That's
boys.
some good advice for my little brother because
Yeah. She's seen me with some boys, right? But I will have to say that in those times, like I have seen the types of men that I have attracted shift. And not saying that every single one was horrible and bad, but there were ones that I had where I didn't have that mindset. My focus wasn't on relationship. So I was just receiving whatever showed up in my path.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
My focus was on my career. So that was where all my intention and energy was directed. So what I've done and I'm being really honest and transparent in this moment, what I've done over the past 2 years is I've returned to my place of birth, right? I've returned to Louisiana. I've given myself time to pause and be still. And then I'm like, you know what? My career is always in this state of ebbs and flows. I know what I love doing. I'm passionate about that. I mean, I trust in my abilities for my career. But the thing that I've never put my intention in is
Love.
around
Yes.
is into love. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing. I did I did the revisit, right? I'm looking at my old patterns. What old
Mhm.
patterns did I have cemented in my brain around love and relationship? What do I need to shift and change? And now I'm in a place where I am not just intentional, but I have received relation. And I don't even talk about this because it's very, very new. I have finally stepped
So,
into a relationship that
that's wonderful.
is much more caring, loving, and definitely what I wrote down in
Mm.
terms of what I wanted. So I
That
wrote
was,
the
that was, that
intention.
was my first. That was my
That's
first
what I wrote
prompt.
down. Yeah. So the thing is, it's looking at what you need to readjust and being intentional about that.
Thank you so much. This has honestly been the best 20, 30 minutes of my week, and I really appreciate your taking the time. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And Faith,
Absolutely.
I have to tell you, this is the journal queen. I told her years ago, she's been journaling since a child.
Oh my
Every
gosh.
time I go to her, how many, what do I bring you back no matter what? And she writes, I'll write one page and there's a go. You too? Y'all are journals. You're the journal lady.
Who
Yeah.
else I gotta tell except for the paper?
I know. I mean, that's how I am. I'm all about the journaling. I'm all about it. I mean, and I started young like you did. Like I started really young
And my
journaling.
mom knows, like, there's certain years of my journaling. If anything happens to me, burn the journals because I wrote down everything in my whole mind. That's the
She
first
said,
thing.
Mom, if I die, burn the journals.
If I not said this 1,000 times, burn
Oh
the.
my God. I need to give somebody that assignment. Thank you for saying that
You're
because I like,
funny.
woo. And I carried them around no matter where I moved to. And then I unpacked them. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay.
No, Miss Faith. Yeah, Karen has specific instructions.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for
Well,
sure.
thank you again, both of my dears. I appreciate this. And Mom, you're gonna give me the link. So next time you do this, if
Yeah.
it's once a
I
week.
sent it to you in the email. That's the link, right, Faith? The email?
Yeah. So you can just forward the email because I'm going to send another one out
Once a
for
month or once a week.
once a
How?
month. Once a month. Yeah.
And Hannah,
So
she's on Instagram big time every day.
Oh, I know, Miss Faith. And
Inspired.
I think I follow her. I'm pretty sure I do. Yes.
sweet, sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So
will see you next month, my dear. And also,
absolutely.
good luck with your new love,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
with your new intention towards love.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, he's interesting. It's
Right.
an interesting good.
But we're open, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
Mama, thank you so much for inviting me to this.
Faith,
Thank
take
thank
care.
you. Oh, and keep an eye out all summer long. I'll be popping in, but again, I'll put it in my emails, all the dates. So it'll be from
Costa Rica.
well, in DC from April
Oh, yes.
through August, I think I'll be there.
Okay.
So 1 month or 1 week in a month, and then Costa Rica is in November.
Okay.
So
Huh?
I'm gonna send the big email out with all my travel stuff probably in the next week once we get this DC thing
Miss Faith, put
finalized.
your work on now. So that makes me too happy.
Hannah, she just came back from Zanzibar for what, the third time?
You know me and my mama
Yeah.
don't love nothing but a black woman making her money. We do, truly, yes.
How many times you been to Zanzibar?
Three times, three
So she
times.
just came back for a third time, Hannah. But you know, we were supposed to go, me and my friend, but it was COVID. So, but
Yeah.
I'll at
So
your wedding.
also
Well,
my old
I'll
black
let you
mother is always
know.
going to tell you your accomplishments for space. So go
I love
ahead.
her. I love her to death. I mean,
That's
yeah.
great. Three
From
times
day
exactly.
from day one. From day one.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
But no,
No,
she
honestly,
definitely
that's girl, go ahead.
no, she's on it. Oh, gotta follow her. But anyway, Faith, as you
Yeah.
look beautiful as ever, your skin is radiant,
Thank
glowing.
you.
Hannah, you have to meet her mother too. Her mother is such a sweetheart.
Listen, if Miss Faith finds that I'm mentally competent, I could be your intern. Okay, I could pay my way. Just
Oh my gosh, girl,
yeah.
don't even put that out there. I'm not this year, my 2025 is all about receiving, okay?
Okay.
That's one of my
And mom
intentions.
knows I'm always looking for another job. Yes, KK.
I love
Always.
it. I love
Hey,
it.
she has a JD degree, so yeah, she's good.
Oh my God, woman. Okay. So when I'm in DC next, which is going to be in April, we have to sit down because you have to connect with Stuart as well, who is my partner. And him and I make magic happen.
Stewart from before?
Yes.
Stewart, you've been with for years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're partnering on a new project, and we're going to do a whole lot more wellness curating and collaboration with yeah, hotels, event spaces, and things like that. So
I
yeah.
love
Yeah, we are building a team. I have to say that. Yeah, because we have another person that's probably going to come on. So our goal is, so this will be my new business. This is a new venture I'm tapping into.
I work in
It's a
DC.
little bit different than that. Than
Remember
yeah.
the place with the shoes, the women's hotel that had the shoes in the lobby? Hotel
Oh,
Zena.
Xena. Yes, 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 yes. So that's owned by
Yeah.
the Viceroy. So it's the same
Okay.
hotel, but it's another location. So their other location is I can't remember the name of it now. Maybe it's
Well,
just
she's a
called the.
shoe freak. I took a picture in front of that and sent it to her.
I like Emilda. I have
She
to
was
tell
still in Africa. I sent her a picture of that after your event. One of those events you had.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
yes,
It's
Faith, I have 1,000 pairs of shoes. Karen knows I bought doubles a lot of the good ones. Yes, I have a shoe collection. Yes, ma'am.
I love it. I love it. I love
That
it. I
thing
love
is
it.
there. So, but I want to thank you. Whatever
Yeah.
you're going to do, Faith, it's going to be fabulous because that's the
Thank
way you
you.
are.
And also, I honestly
Oh
do
Put
my
look
in the
God.
work. You put in the work.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Thank you for saying that.
now we might have to personally do a couple of sessions the next week if you don't mind. Now I have your information.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Breakup is
Yeah.
definitely a tough one, but I really
Absolutely.
appreciate the time that you took today.
My
Thank you. And
pleasure.
Mama, thank you again for inviting me.
We're
Yeah.
here. We're in new moons. It's new moon Pisces, Faith.
New moon in Pisces.
Mama,
Okay.
now it's 7:45.
Okay.
Hey,
New
we
moon in
just hit
Pisces.
it. We just hit
Okay.
it.
I'm about to go see my little red pen. Yes.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Take
You
care.
too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.